Well, hello, everybody. This is Don. And no sound. No sound.
All right.
I'm the only one that's got sound. Oh, he's got sound. This one doesn't. We're just starting off with a bang tonight. You're very low. Now you're low toned.
All right, hold on.
Do I have sound now?
Now you do. Now you do.
Gosh damn this.
Well, welcome everybody to the Vlog of Many Things. I am one of your co-hosts. Boy, oh boy, do we have a show for you tonight.
Very much fun. Very much fun.
Oh, what are we're going to talk about? What are we not going to talk? We're going to talk about game clubs that are back up and running. We're going to talk about Mongoose Publishing. We're going to talk about suing the United States Copyright Office because you're an artist when you create AI art. We're going to talk about how Gary Gygax Sr. rose from the grave and helped Justin Lanasa and Dave Johnson do the remake of what? Star Frontier's New Genesis that is now being rebooted as Dungeon Crawl, the Rothhold Dungeon, which is a direct ripoff of something of mine.
No.
Wait,
wow.
Are they actually going to get an editor this time?
Do you mean like the Rothhold Dungeon that you published
Yes.
in 2001?
Yeah, and the Rothhold Dungeon that is the whole that's been on my wiki now since 2020 and such, but you never know.
This is a prototype of Dungeon Crawl, and I don't see Rothhold Dungeon on here anywhere.
Exactly.
Oh, somebody could not wait, man.
Scale Forged. Hello, people. How you doing? I recognize that intro.
Oh, guess
I hear Don and Tenkar. Yes, you do. Tom. Jim, how you doing, buddy? Everybody, buckle your sphincters. You're damn right. Because after my day today, I'm primed and ready.
I just sphinctered, by the way.
Thanks for the warning.
Boogly, how you doing? Rod, not that kind of show, VG. Calm down. Oh, he's here.
He's here.
I see Sucks or Us is back with their show. Hi, I am Don, and I am part of Sucks R Us. Welcome to the Sucks R Us of Many Things.
Now, are we going to just ban the troll?
No,
no,
absolutely not.
He's here. He's queer. Get used to it.
Yep. And let me see here. Paul, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? Mark, how you doing?
Wow, hey Mark. Good to see you.
Welcome to the show. Okay. Shall we just dive in and when you go to the proctologist, you might as well just get it over with.
Just dig that finger in, feel around, see what you come out with.
Okay. Now I will say one thing, okay? And that is this. Let me see here real quick. Making an accusation should never be done if it's not founded. And I think that it's irresponsible journalism of any of ours, all three of ours, to make an accusation like saying that, someone's claiming that Gary Gygax Sr. is part of a project and helped design the project without proof. And I did tag Luke Gygax and I did tag Heidi Gygax in my post on purpose.
But by the way, Luke has an army of lawyers at this point. And I happen to know that from observations and talking.
Well, the thing is this. Let's kind of do a little backstory, okay? We all know about the masterpiece Star Frontier's New Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We know that that's currently embroiled in a major lawsuit, federal lawsuit. I guess they're rebranding it. And along with rebranding it, they are going to be doing some changing to it. And I guess Gary Gygax Sr. helped them design this thing.
Well, he's
And,
listed as a contributor.
Yes, he is. So let's go ahead and get right to this real quick. This is from Google Books. And basically, as you can see, Star Frontier's New Genesis in the upper right-hand corner, it is now relabeled as Dungeon Crawl, the Rothhold Dungeon, which is a direct ripoff of my card product that I had put out a few years ago, ROT, same spelling, everything. And then on top of that, it is also a direct ripoff off of my wiki, which Dave Johnson seems to like to go to and get stuff, which we're going to get to in a little bit. And as you can see, it is listed as Dave Johnson as the author, along with Justin Lanasa. Justin Lanasa is the publisher. And as you can see, Dave Johnson is the editor, and the contributor is E. Gary Gygax Sr.
That was published 2.5 years ago, dude. It was, come on, it's ancient.
Actually, Eric, not really. When you upload a Google book, you actually put the first year it was published. That's not the year you loaded on Google.
Okay, but
You kind of give background.
I know, it's just published 2022, which I find it to be hilarious.
Tammy, how you doing?
Scott. Oh, wait, are they too cheap to buy a new ISBN?
I have not checked the ISBN yet, so I don't know, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? But, well, he's active. Calling Dave Johnson a horrible German slang word, shameful of your attacks on a good man.
I don't recall anybody calling him anything.
Tonight?
I don't think anybody wants to call him anything.
Was that like a Freudian slip on VGAP on my part?
It's like a confession.
He's not just a friend, he's a lover.
Ty, how you doing? So the thing that I find very intriguing here is obviously they're doing a rebranding, and along with the rebranding, they are saying now that Gary Gygax Sr. contributed to this in some way. I will admit that in my dealings back in the late summer, early fall of 2021, I never heard him mentioned as a contributor to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Maybe there's been seance since then.
Yeah, well, Fuji says it was a Ouija board, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that could work.
Yeah, that's very well possible.
So,
Ty says, Mr. Gunn, hello. So the thing is this is the thing that blows my mind is, it takes some pretty big, and this is not going to be monetized because we're not monetized to begin with, so I got nothing to lose. You got to have some pretty big balls to go out and throw out there that Gary Gygax Sr. helped you on a project, especially a project with a lineage like this.
Yeah.
And I would be really, really surprised and be interested to know what Luke, Heidi, and the rest of the Gygax family thinks of this, because that is absolutely abysmal. I mean, absolutely abysmal. So I'm looking here. I actually got the scroll up on it. When you scroll down through it, it says you can buy it on Amazon.com, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, IndieBound, but they are not on these locations.
How could they be? Products of your imagination.
And real quick, because I know it's going to happen, we're going to be told that this is BS. Nobody ever sat there and did this, or this was never up. I am right now going to share the live screen. This is the live screen right here. And when you look at Rothhold Dungeon, this is critical here. I want to show something. This is actually from my Wikipedia, my own wiki. And as you can see, the last time this page was edited was 31st of August, 2021. So they pulled it from my wiki and from my product. And it's live. It's legit. There's the web address you can go to right there. The authors are right there: Justin Lanasa and Dave Johnson.
Author and you can't even write English.
Well, and here they can't. Because you read the description. This is all about your WOUR crawling on your hands and knees in a dungeon. First off, that's such a non-descriptive descriptive for a product. It's just amazing. But it's two uses of your. One is the abbreviation of or the contraction of you are, and it's spelled different. It's got an apostrophe in there. It's got an E missing.
But you got to give it one thing. This is classic Dave Johnson description.
Yes.
Oh. Well, if AI can't write it, Dave can.
Exactly. Mr. Gunn says, "Lo, rebranding. Yes, we have traded our swastikas for burning crosses."
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Oive. Yep. Oive is right. Mr. Gunn says, "Oh, when the Fuhrer says we role play and displace, we help that right in the dice." Mr. Gunn, welcome back to the show this week. We missed you last week. They meant to call it the Rod Hole Dungeon, but let me tell you, it was much more frightening. Jim Cooper says it's insane level copycatting of a current legitimate Kickstarter project by a veteran old guard creator with whom Gary Gygax actually did collaborate. Pretty evil. Yes, it is. And the thing is, it to me, this goes a little bit deeper even than it goes into the base evilness of it. Is how can you? I mean, how can you? I thought he's now anti-game. I thought now on the old Dungeon Hobby Shop page, it's the role-playing game is anonymous.
He's relapsed into his gaming addiction.
Oh, you fell off the wagon.
Yeah.
There we go.
Please.
Do I smell a lawsuit? Not from me, but I'm not going to waste the money. But the ISBN matches mostly with orcs and goblins, so he bought ISBNs in a block. Yes, but I'll tell you what he did is he probably went through KDP because 97817 17 is a KDP block. So he went through Amazon KDP is what he's doing.
Well, doesn't that preclude him from selling on like Barnes and Noble?
Well, per the terms of service, there's a lot of things people don't know about Amazon KDP. If you publish with Amazon KDP and they catch you selling via any other channels, they can go ahead and they can ban you from Amazon. They can. It's per the.
So their claim that they're selling on. I would just point it out to Amazon. Hey, this is a KBP ISBN, and they claim they're selling at Barnes and Noble. So isn't that a violation of your terms of service?
Yeah, but it's not on there. That's the whole point. They say get the book.
You know
it's not on there. Oh, I know exactly what you're saying. I agree with you fully. So, but
I mean, certain people like to drop the dime in a phone call. So I, return the favor.
Not me. I've never known
no longer a dime, by the way. It's like 50 cents. Holy crap.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
And see, the thing is the whole thing with Rot Hole Dungeon, they have a history of doing this kind of thing.
Huh?
Like as an example, remember when they did this?
Oh, yeah.
Printer's proof in hand, which is not a printer's proof. It was just a really bad 3D rendering. Because what they did is they based it off of Bloody Seas that I was in the process of developing. I mean, they even put the dice, the blood, the pirate skull, and they can't even copy in a decent manner. I mean, come on. I mean, if you're going to copy it decently. But they have a history of this, and it's just typical of what these yo-yos do. But the big thing I'm grieved about it pisses me off, is they're claiming Gary Gygax had a hand in it.
Yeah, that's a little bit much.
Yeah, that's a real
I mean,
much.
I think Gary, when did Gary die? I think the principal person involved was just a 2-bit wannabe tattoo artist back then when Gary passed.
Well, what they're doing is, I know what he's doing is they're trying to get legitimacy. They're trying to find that core group of people who don't do their research is going to go, oh wow, Gary Gygax helped make this. And what bothers me is this: Luke has busted his ass to make his father's legacy a positive thing, to do good by it. So is Heidi. And And now what's going to come around is if any part of the stuff that I know of is in Star Frontiers, New Genesis is in that, and Gary Gygax Sr.'s name's attached to it, that family does not need that type of shit attached to it.
Yeah.
They won't
And-
stand for that either.
No.
The real question here is, does Ernie Gygax Jr. still approve? Will that label be on there?
I'm not trying to sound like a jerk here, but yes, I guarantee he's knee deep in this. I would be surprised. Let me back up. I'll be surprised if not, but I'll guarantee it has the same Ernie dedication, the same rubber stamp Ernie dedication that's in every single Anasa product. And I guarantee it has the Ernie Gygax approved on the back, which blows my mind, but that's a family dynamic. Ain't none of my damn business.
Right.
Amazon, KDP Amazon ISBN for Amazon, but you can use other ISBNs for other sites. Yes. And on top of that, you can use your own ISBN and sell on Amazon KDP. But if you use an Amazon ISBN, you cannot use that ISBN that's provided by Amazon for other sites. They're very particular about that. That's per their terms of service in their publishing agreement. Fugly, or Mr. Gunn says, Fugly, I love it, an ISBN hole. Jim says, whether they go low, just wait a minute, they go lower. Yeah, it's yeah.
I love Wampler.
Well, like I said, I mean, this is really going to be interesting to see play out, because I have a feeling, I'm not the man's attorney, I'm not the man's legal advisor, but I have a feeling Luke is not going to be too pleased with his dad's name being used so prominently with that product. But we just report it because it's in the news.
Junior, senior, who can tell the difference?
There was recently another product that somebody had said, "Hey, yeah, I collaborated with Ernie."
No,
Senior on this.
right.
No, but there's a linkage of them working together and knowing each other.
Well,
He had a better claim.
well, he has a contract. That's other product. There's actually a contract involved from
Yes.
back. So I don't think the dead hand of Gary came back and signed a contract. Although actually, you know, there's a history here, so there could be.
I think Gary Senior signed an NDA with him.
You know, when you get to a certain comment, I'm going to comment because I just got to say something. All right, so listen, jealous of Dave's creativity and his excellent work ethic.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, if all I did was generate AI fiction, games, and art, I could be as non-successful as Dave Johnson. Okay? If I wanted to be a zero in my life, I would change my name to Dave George Johnson. But I prefer not to be a zero, because zeros are not my heroes. And neither is Dave.
Well, I'm actually looking at the live site over here, and I'm just looking at that brilliant creative description.
Oh. Well, I didn't know what to type into the AI, so I just said, give me something.
I don't know.
And you know, all I can say is that VGA PMI is totally enamored with that bromance that Dave wrote about him and Lord Justin.
Oh.
That bromance where it was like, this is so homoerotic between these two guys.
There's a little erotica happening there, but you have to understand one thing. Somewhere in there, you know, there's a fucking 12-year-old Japanese schoolgirl.
Oh, well, no,
yeah.
definitely.
That's
Or a faux author could be a Japanese girl.
Korean. It's
Yeah,
Korean.
Korean. Yeah, you know what?
Amen.
No, I thought the author,
It changes.
author personality was
No, the author.
a female French.
No, it changes all the time.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay,
listen. I'm gonna make a suggestion here. Hey, I'll invite VG to join us on this one. I want to do a live read of a chapter from one of Dave's wonderful works of fiction, and Vagina Boy can join us. Because a part that he prefers to play. And by the way, I'm assuming gender. here. VG could be a woman, could be trans. There's no way of knowing. But they are certainly welcome to join us in the dramatic reading because I think they would find a part perfectly fit for them. I'm just throwing it out there. But if they don't want to join in, we'll do it ourselves. I mean,
Jim Wampler brings up an interesting legal theory here. Jim says that may be the Wile E. Coyote legal dodge here. Technically, Gary and Ernie share the same name. You are 100% correct, Jim, but this document clearly says senior.
Yep.
And when I look at my keyboard, J and S, junior, senior, to start that off with, are very far off on the keyboard. So, I don't know.
Survey says...
Rod says, I think VG is actually David Floor just to stir up controversy. Ooh! Rod, that's actually kind of funny. Come on, Dave. Dave, come on, Floor.
Dave's a great comment, too.
Yeah, that's stirring the pot.
Jealous of Dave's creativity, dies laughing. Let's see. Who wants popcorn? And hold on, I missed it. Hold on. No one stole the name. You faked those dates on you fake website. So this is now a fake. You know what? And this is the reason why. Remember, I said before the video started that I recorded the website screen grab. This is why I do that, because that's the instant replay that they always do. Fake, photoshopped. I never made it. Well, yes, you did, because we screen grab it and video screen grab it. So, wah, wah, wah. Jim Wampler, technically correct the kind. Yes. David Floor says, I have no idea what you're talking about. Fugly says, is Ernie old enough to be considered a senior for discount purposes? I think so.
Wait, to be considered a senior for what?
Discount purposes.
Oh.
I think if he... Listen.
I thought you were talking about, like, elder abuse. Or
No. But when I was still working, I got a senior discount at Friendly's when I brought my niece with me.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to get Dave in trouble, because actually, I admit it, me and David Floor actually faked the Google website. We are that brilliant.
Damn.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
I know. It is actually, the website address is google.com. It starts off with.
Oh, wait. Google.com? No, that can't be right, because
exactly.
Because I know the guy who owns Google.com. I had lunch with him yesterday. Lies and psychoses.
Yep. Everybody follow me. What we need is a little bit of controversy, because it feels so empty without me. Wait a minute, is that Eminem?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reality is literally no one cares they put Gary Sr.'s name on it, because no one buys those games. And those that might are too busy trying to understand the writing. I'm a senior after all. Yes, you are.
Wrote that crap actually are still trying to understand writing.
Well, the thing is this, when you look at crap like this, okay, you know, the part that's really sad about all of this is that, you know, they just take what they want. I want to use Rothhold Dungeon. I don't care if another company is using it. I don't care if it's been used by that company. I'm just going to take it. Oh, I want to use the pirate game. It looks cool. I'm going to take it. I'm going to use Gary Gygax's name. I'm just going to take it. You know, there's this.
I want those trademarks. I'm just going to take them.
Take them, and I just don't get it, man. I mean, I just don't get it.
Even his rating skater was a ripoff, and it was a poor copy of the original.
Yeah. David says, I mean, Luke, the George Soros of RPGs, could probably pay Google enough for them to whatever he wants.
Oh, that's
I'm
right.
waiting on my checks. I'm waiting on my checks.
Luke's the bag man. I forgot.
It is written in broken Chinese English.
Have you guys gotten your checks lately from Luke?
Shh, we don't talk about those on live video, Tom. That's the rule, remember? Scott Mulder says, VG is painfully unaware of the truth of their anonymous existence. They, like New T, don't exist, and shamefully they're laughing stock of the gaming community. If they didn't troll, they wouldn't exist.
Oh, so right.
Yep. Jim Wampler says, I'm sure this is all some kind of super genius legal bait from the same folks that brought you, hey, it's Sue Hasbro and make them pay us millions. Exactly. 10 million to be exact.
$10 million.
Yep. Rod says they take the IP, they take the art, they take the credit, they can't take writing class. Ooh.
Rod, that truth hurts. It's accurate, but it
That
hurts.
absolutely brilliant.
All right. And on that, do we want to move on, or do we still want to back?
No, you're fine. Let's move on. I am right now looking at notes. Okay, Mongoose Publishing. Eric, take it away. I'll let you run with this. This is actually pretty interesting.
Well, I guess maybe it was was it last month, September, that Mongoose announced that they had acquired Traveler. Now, they had licensed Traveler for, I don't know, well over a decade.
Mhm.
And they actually acquired the IP, the trademark. And by the way, legitimately. Okay? They didn't just go, hey, it's mine. No. And they made a deal with Mark Miller, and Mark felt comfortable giving basically his life's work in the RPG industry. Traveler's really what defined him. He gave those rights to Mongoose and all the IP.
Yes.
And when that happened, and when it was announced, I kind of suspected there was going to be more to it because, when you give up your biggest child, you don't just have the only child you give up. And it was announced, I guess, technically on Tuesday. I didn't see it come up in my feed until today, that they had also acquired the rights to Twilight 2000 and 2300 AD, which I think we knew was Travel 2300. I guess we got to talk about this quote. Wow, that's a long sentence. That's
What the hell is? What the hell is?
God, no,
What the hell is?
no. Listen. Yeah. Listen, here I'm gonna read this.
Menon.
All right. So now I'm reading this sentence.
Time.
I'm reading this sentence. I'm reading this thing, and I'm going, wow, somebody learned how to spell. And then I found out that whoever VG Punemi is, can't spell. So, jealous of Justin. And by the way, it's a dramatic reading because I know VG's dramatic. You all wish you could be as well repsected. I want to repsected as he is in his community. Okay? I bet you three had cornflakes and welfare cheese for dinner. But wait, by the way, wait. I remember I worked in something. There's no such thing as welfare cheese. It's government cheese. All right? It's a different program. Just say, you know that. I know you know that because you've had it when you were a kid. But that's besides the point. Justin, I heard, had phonetic spelling is great, but it's not good. Fillet, Filay, Menoin, Menoin. Dude, sixth grade. Sixth grade gets that right. Yeah. You. Oh my God! So you're telling me is that a GED is worthless? All right, that's what you're telling the world. A GED is worthless, or that you never bothered to get a GED.
This guy's freaking dictionary had a.
Oh my God! I had to take that one. I was a history major. Writing is a huge thing for me because we were graded on that because everything was term papers. Oh my God! Thank you so much. You made my fucking night. Thank you. You're a literate bitch. You're an illiterate bitch.
I wanted to block the bastard.
You can't. How do you? This is gold.
Tom, I have hope that certain things are discussed. Tom, I'm hoping certain things are brought up that happened earlier today.
Interesting.
So Mongoose is acquiring a bunch of GDW stuff. Are they going to acquire Space 1889?
I don't know. That's a good one. That's a good question.
That is
Another game I owned. Another game I tried to run in my party, couldn't get into my group. I ran Twilight 2000, and in the mid 80s, none of my friends thought there was a realistic scenario. The Cold War was already dying, so the idea of defending West Germany as you fell back, nobody wanted.
I thought that's a cool freaking idea.
It is, but my friends didn't. It just didn't. It didn't roll. And all right, your treasure is 2 gallons of fuel. Woohoo! I can go 10 miles. Or whatever.
Some people have simple likes. I guess I do. What about Dark Conspiracy?
Don't know.
I don't think, Mr. Gunn, I don't think they're announcing a lot. I think they're kind of keeping things very focalized, very narrow right now, because it may just be that's all they're acquiring. They may not be acquiring other stuff. So I don't know either. Yeah, can you imagine him in a restaurant? He's trying to sound like he knows what he's doing. I'll take care of this, honey. I want your filats. Maloney's. I want the filats Maloney's.
Can you give? I want my filats Maloney's bands with crisp.
Repsected. Yeah, that's kind of like prolapse.
Oh,
It sounds like just something that happens to you in prison. I'm sorry.
You know what the shame about this is? I'm going to make fun of Brooklyn here. Brooklyn's from the flippin' Netherlands and knows more about proper English than that idiot does.
I mean, most people do. It doesn't matter if English is their first language; they're more literate than he is. Like,
Mr. Gunn's correct.
Third language.
It's been a while since I've chatted with my friends in Norway, but they have excellent English, better than me.
Friends don't let friends drink and keyboard.
There you go. Or crack pipe.
Autocorrect actually could have helped that last one. You know what? He never listened to anything else. Why is he going to listen to freaking spell check on his keyboard? You know what I mean?
Well, he doesn't like being corrected, so,
I know better. I know it all. I am the one.
All those people who questioned him and then got banned on Facebook.
I do have a question here. My notes I'm looking at. And my notes say this. Did you know that you can sue the United States Copyright Office when they refuse to copyright your AI created imagery?
Yeah, you can.
Well, you can sue pretty much everybody, but it doesn't mean you're gonna win.
We haven't learned that yet.
What's your prison name? Oh my God, Rod, you're killing me. You're killing me.
What's your prison name? Prolapse minute. I wish you got a shirt anonymous that had prolapse on the back of it. Sorry. Gunther, welcome to the show. He says, I'm very happy to hear Mongoose is acquiring classic properties. These awesome games need to never die. You know what? I agree. And hopefully Mongoose will do something a little bit with them and maybe refresh them up a little bit and do some stuff with them. I think that would be really a positive thing.
Well, I believe they're gonna open up the games under their fan creator policy.
Yeah.
So that's always good.
What about a Twilight 2030 or something like that, where you same idea of World War III, but it's Russia and Ukraine and China and all.
That's coming. Someone's going to be putting out a Ukraine game here.
I mean, just update the Twilight 2000 to a new day and age.
You missed a lot, Thaddeus.
Yeah, dude, you can't afford to be late. You can't afford to be late to these shows because right from the start, right out of the gate, mystery literacy comes out and shows themselves for what they are. I couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, we have the word of VGA PMI that Justin Lanassa is repsected. He is repsected. Whatever that means, it's
kind of
repsected.
Rectally dissected?
Yeah, it has something to do with being dissected. but the community does it as a group. As a group, they get together and they pull bits and pieces out of his anus. What can I tell you? Because all the creativity in VGMP is in the anus.
Yep. It sure comes out of it.
You know.
All right. Now, there is a guy out of Oklahoma. This is the whole suing AI.
Oh, what did Glenn do now? Oh, come on.
Yeah.
A guy in Oklahoma enters the Oklahoma State Fair digital art, or not digital, the art contest. And he wins the art contest, wins like $25,000 first place
That's
prize.
a damn great. I want to go to that fair. Damn.
And it turns out what he did is he took an AI image and he took it in the Photoshop and he did some modification to it. And because there was no rule, and all the other artists who legitimately drew their stuff are bitching and complaining. But the problem is there's no rule in there saying you can't use AI. So basically he threaded the needle. Well, he got pissed off because a lot of people started posting about his imagery. You know, he's one of those types that says, because I created an AI, you can't use it because it's my creation.
Right.
So he went to file it with the United States Copyright Office. And the United States Copyright Office did reject it because the United States Copyright Office has very clear rules saying you cannot copyright AI-generated imagery and or content. So what does he do? He is right now embroiled in a lawsuit against the Copyright Office, and I'm interested to know everybody's opinion on that. I hope to God he loses. What's everybody's opinion here on that? I'm really curious.
Well, I'm against AI writing and AI art. It's just wrong. It's there's too much stuff that ends up in the training data that did not belong there, and so when all of that stuff's in the training data, it becomes part of the product, and you can't help that, and it's just wrong. I mean, the artist never opted into the web scraping they did. These nonprofits that were funded by for-profits did for educational purposes, and then they put it out there free for everybody to use. And then these for-profits that funded them, of course, then used the AI to, just go forward.
Well, to me, it's not even to me. Let's say the AI was sourced ethically. Let's just say ethically sourced.
Like Monty Python.
You're not even making anything. I mean, you're not an artist if you just put word prompts in something and you keep. He admitted in the article, the news article, that it took him thousands of customized word searches to acquire this image. And the thing is with me, the problem that I have with it is, you're not creating nothing when you do AI. You're making something, yes, but you're not creating it. You're just making word searches until you get an image that you like that matches it. And there's algorithms, you can play and pull. But Thaius says, I think we need better guidelines for what is considered transformative in the law. Actually, Thaius, that's the whole point behind the U.S. Copyright Office. They have really defined it. And now when you file for copyright with the Copyright Office, you have to certify that none of that is AI generated content. Mm-hmm. So, there are certain agencies that are being proactive in this, but Fuvi says if you did extensive editing, then the edits can be copyrighted. Now, what constitutes extensive edits? Well, this is the thing. That's the problem, is that extensive edits. Really, no, you can't copyright it because the Copyright Office says that none of the content submitted to the Copyright Office can be AI generated. None. They don't say a percentage or part of it. None of it can. And
also for the fair, he actually, after he got the image where he wanted it, he printed it on canvas. To me, that just seems like he intended to deceive the whole contest.
Of course he did.
And he's unrepentant. He's completely unrepentant. I read both articles. I was actually just looking for the number of prompts he put in, the exact number, but he's completely unrepentant. He's even though the case has been thrown out of court, he's still pursuing it. I don't
Yes.
get it.
Fugly makes a point. He says, I differ in opinion on what you call art. This has been a debate for well over a century. Yes, art is different things to different people. But
Right.
Fugly, keep in mind one thing. Before AI, there was one thing common about art. It was created by a human being's hand and their mind. It was created one-on-one with that canvas. Yes. Do I agree with the famous canvas that was all painted red and sold for like $30 million? No. I think the artist made out like a bandit. I don't consider that crap art. But many people look at it and go, oh, it's a motive of this and that. Fine. But AI is far different because this is my opinion, AI is, it's not, I don't think it qualifies as part of the debate over art because the thing is, it's not anything human created. It's human generated by prompt, but you're right, man. This could be a debate and a half all over the place. Thieves, or Mr. Gunn says the law is always behind the technology curve, mainly because A, no one figured people would use tech the way, and B, the lawmakers don't understand tech. No, you're right. You're 100% right. They don't understand it. They don't even understand laws that they pass. Fugly is found art. Fugly says yes. Rod says, as the Andy Warhol estate just recently found out, you can't take a copyrighted image and make some changes and call it yours. Google the Prince portrait. Yes, absolutely. And they did recently find that out. I wish they'd do it over the Campbell soup can thing too, but that's just me. Ask Marcel Jean. Yep. I get it, Fugly. I understand. But the thing is there's a big difference, I think, between AI and a traditional artist, for lack of a better word. Fugly, the art is not art. LOL. Mr. Gunn says this is not a pipe. Ready-made is an art form. And Thieves says, Don, that is bureaucratic decision, not necessarily a legal one per se. It can still be challenged in court, and I'd prefer we don't have judicial fiat in general and rather have a more clear concept. Yes, but Tom did make a point. They did dismiss that case, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, the federal courts dismissed the case and sided with the Copyright Office on it.
And he's already doing the whole, I'm going to take it to the Supreme Court.
Yeah. Thea says, written law directly, at what point are extensive edits transformed and human created? That's the thing. I mean, that's the problem with AI art. That's the big debate. If I take AI and I generate, let's just say for gaming purposes, I generate an image of an orc. And then I go in and I add background to it and I use brushes and I clean up and did I create that orc? I modified an AI image is all I did. And I think that's the thing is modification of something doesn't, it's like me, if I took a Monet and I went ahead and I added to it, did I create that Monet art? Thank you, Margaret. Yeah. Thaeta says, in U.S. copyright law, transformative use is a type of fair use that allows a new work to be based on copyrighted work without infringing on the copyright holder's rights. Transformative use occurs. Yes, but they specifically also address AI now, Thietis, within that law. And they're very specific about how AI art is not considered part of being transformative, and it's also not part of fair use because it's machine-based creativity. Thaddeus says, when a work is used in a new way for different purposes, the original work. Yeah. Rod says, well, hell, I got to go. Take care, Joan. Look forward to hearing you again. Vaginal gap, anal prolapse, mental insertion. Yes, sir. I'm sure.
That's the winner, the chicken dinner.
Rod, thank you very much. You have yourself a very, very good night.
Yes.
Mr. Gunn says, Cal Bowling, yes, but actual monkeys created that poo. Just make Mickey Dolenz, Davy Jones, Michael Nesbitt, and Peter Tork. Exactly. Mr. Gunn, or Cal Bowling says, Mr. Gunn, VGA PMI is back. He says, attacking more honest businessmen, men shame you get away with that so far. With this so far.
Honest businessmen are we attacking?
I
think who are we talking about? I would like to. I'd like to. VGAPM, would you please clarify a name for me? Because I'm wondering what businessmen we're attacking. Because I guarantee we're not. We're not a pig. I promise you, I am not attacking any honest businessman.
I mean, well, you are honestly attacking dishonest businessmen.
True.
Yeah, well, please define honest businessman in your eyes.
Businessman, schmidgish man.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, bankrupt businessmen. I mean, we've criticized bankrupt businessmen.
I mean, you've got here. I mean, what do you got here? We got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm counting his comments. 7, 8. He's been busy. He gets a gold star. Yes, he does.
Can he get a gold pipe with that?
I have a feeling that he's got.
I think that's the glass pipe. I think that's the glass.
It's got to be penis shaped.
Yes. But the good news is, I do have good news for everybody. I want to formally announce to everybody, I'm not taking anybody out to lunch or anything with it, but I got notified that I'm getting my $31 check.
From the bankruptcy?
From the bankruptcy court.
Oh, well, there you go.
$31, man. $31. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not even going to cash the fucking thing. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to frame it and put it on my wall.
Nice.
I am.
It'll be in the background for your videos.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to frame it. What I'm going to go ahead and do.
There you go.
So somebody's really stuck in this whole welfare mode.
There's a pattern here to this whole welfare. I'm a rich man. Where have we seen this before? I don't know.
I smell it. Gas money for you down to the welfare office. Can I get welfare?
I don't know how you afford a lawyer if you're on welfare.
Yeah.
I'll have to hide it from them.
I'm sure VG has so much experience in that section.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
Maybe you could ask him.
If I get food stamps, can you hook me up with the guy in the corner that sells them, that buys them for 50 cents on the dollar? I like VGAPMI. I really do. He's sort of like the infection that keeps coming back. Like chafing. Could that be a verified criminal with a record that claims to be a businessman? Never know.
Yeah.
Xenopolipi. Exactly. Theta says, Don, I use a program called Fractal Terrains that uses an algorithm to create maps. I set the parameters, I edit the results heavily, but at what point is the machine made versus human made? See, this is Theta, this is the thing. This is the eternal argument over AI. Because Fractal Terrains uses an algorithm to create maps, yes, but those maps that are built within that Fractal Terrain engine, okay, are not other people's properties. They are licensed or duly authorized to be used in that. Places like Midjourney, and the reason why they are currently involved in a bunch of class actions, and we're talking about Bing is, Midjourney is, all these AI engines got massive class actions because they have been outed, especially Midjourney, being instructing their people to reach out and go dig and scrape off the internet legitimate people's artwork. And see, there's the difference. If there was a such thing as, in my book, and I'm just talking about me, if there was a thing where you had ethical AI, where that engine used very specific imagery and such, not for me, but if you want to use it, I would have no problem with it.
Right.
There's a big difference between an algorithm that uses fractal terrains, that uses fractal imagery, than it is going and scraping, as an example. And I can prove my point. Go to Midjourney and say, type or create me a red dragon in the style of Jeff Easley, and don't tell me that they don't know what Jeff Easley's dragon looks like, because that comes out just like Jeff Easley.
But you'll probably have to subscribe to even have a chance to use that server, because everybody's using it. But you bring up a good point. With Watsi and Hasbro talk about using AI, but when they talk about using AI, they also talk about We have a near infinite support, library of adventures and dungeons because they've been creating stuff since 1974 and have access to such. And think about the art; they have legitimate access rights to art going back to, I don't know, probably 1971, 72, whenever Gary published his first war game. They could have theoretically um, AI art and AI dungeon creation that was AI moral because they all know the right to it, but does it make it creative? And I
Mhm.
think that's also part of the line that you have to. Now, I've certainly used AI where I've come up with ideas and say, all right, I need to figure out how other ways I can say this without going through a thesaurus like I would have done 10, 15 years ago. And yeah, AI is great for that. But you can, in theory, use AI to fill in a dungeon if you have a map created by one page dungeon. And that's great for your home campaign. But
Mhm.
even then, you got to go in and massage and tweak and make it coherent. So there's a point where, and I've seen this argument that when it comes to using it for, I don't know, getting your thoughts like a whammy pack, it is useful. But if you want it to actually do your creativity for you, it is damn near worthless because it doesn't have that spark. It
Mhm.
doesn't have that soul. It would be like if VG decided that they wanted to write an RPG and said, "Hey, ChatGPT, give me an old school RPG that feels like AD&D, but everybody is a slime monster," and then and have it kick it out. It might be a system that is playable, but would anybody want to play it? Probably no, because it lacks the soul. It has, it's a simulacrum, but it doesn't
Yeah.
actually have that beat to it.
Mhm.
And by the way, VG,
Yeah.
I'm just using you as an example because you're a douche and you're here. So, I mean, why not?
He is a douche. He's here.
That
Let's see here.
might be an insult to douches everywhere.
What is another word for
Yeah.
thesaurus? Well, the thing is this is there's one thing that you can look at AI like ChatGPT. You're right, Eric. You have to clean it up. I mean, you can use it verbatim, but it's so obviously when you use it
Oh,
verbatim.
God, it
I mean,
painful.
it's just like you
It's
know.
it's Dave Johnson painful.
Well, and that's the thing. Dave Johnson utilizes
Very
ChatGPT to
Yeah.
write his books. He does that, and he doesn't even clean it up.
No.
Because in his limited gray matter up here, he thinks that is brilliant writing. He created something.
Honestly, though, I think ChatGTP does a better job than him when you look at one of those early, um,
Oh, yeah.
where the line in the book said, "This girl, she hot." I'm like, ChatGTP actually writes.
It sounds like a bad '80s song. That girl, she hot. You know?
Before rap was rap.
Wait,
Yep.
wait, AI music's gonna take off of that one.
Jim says before VGAPMI weighs in on artificial intelligence, maybe they should master the low end of human intelligence first.
Hello. I think I said that
You know what?
years ago.
Bingo! We gotta get one of those sounds that goes like bingo, bing.
No, no, no. Rach, hand me one of your balls.
Ooh, the ones
What?
that are in the other room.
All right, never mind.
All
Yes, yes.
right.
I've got a perfect sound for VG, and it's annoying, and it gets into your head.
Or you could use one of my drums.
No, no. Your drums. I enjoy playing with those.
Okay. Well, that's not
I know. I need something that is
for a singing bowl or
no, Rach. Nothing that actually has a purpose in life.
How about something like a wah wah wah?
Yeah.
We got to figure out. We have sound effects on this show. We can we have the ability. We have the ability. It's built in.
We can rebuild him. We can make Fiji into nearly human.
Nearly.
Nearly. Well, listen, there's even limits to what God can accomplish. That's all I'm saying.
Before rap was hip hop. Yeah, but there was also that weird 80s kind of like where they still had the big hair and they're wearing latex, but they weren't quite up to the thug rap yet.
Yeah.
That's where they got like the girl, she's hot. You know, they're trying to like, never mind, I'm a bald white guy.
If Ice-T could have sung it, that's one of the songs.
Yes.
Well, you know what's funny is we've never heard the word "boo" come out of them. I don't think they ever discovered that somebody actually somehow hacked Dave Johnson's password on one of those image pages that you share. You just put images in the page, and not Reddit. But they because they found his page and they found it with just young Asian girls and
oh yeah, he's like really freaking creepy, man.
And the Wendy's girl,
really creepy.
They figured out his password. They actually uploaded a bunch of gay porn. I heard about this, and I'm like, I've been waiting for it to like break and come out again because
I just heard the ghost of Christmas Past.
VGMP in the room.
AI duct.
No clue. No clue what AI duct means.
Oh boy, it is 8:54 in the evening, and that pipe is heating up.
I bite my fingers.
I don't think he has any nerves left in his fingers. I'll guarantee those fingers are well seasoned. All right, kids, I think I'm gonna go downstairs and get a snack. Well, Mr. Gunn, thank you for swinging by. Try to have a good night, okay?
Later, Mr. Gunn.
Good night, sir. Have a good night. You know, I think at the end of the day, I think AI will always AI is going to be like politics. AI is never going, you're never going to have a consensus because you're going to have people who are very much for it. They're going to be very much against it. You're going to have people who really don't care. And, at the end of the day, I think every business, it's up to every business. I'll just talk a business standpoint. It's up to every business to kind of just leave it on their own, do what you're going to do.
Well, I didn't get a chance to tell you because I only noticed this earlier this evening. But drive-through was adding this most likely human made.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. Remember?
Well, now.
Oh God, there's more.
Now the Watchy products and Swords and Wizardry light continual light. Sorry, now say. Creation method not chosen by publisher.
Well, at least they're doing. They're not inferring that you might be AI.
Right now, I believe Rob Conley did update Black Marsh, and Black Marsh says handcrafted.
Nice.
Well, okay. I am glad to see that Drive-Thru RPG is at least giving our people the ability to say handcrafted.
Yes.
Because that allows people like Dave Johnson to lie blatantly to the masses and claim everything he does is handcrafted.
Oh, yeah.
That's
my fingers touch the keyboard. It's handcrafted. I didn't trace artwork by Lloyd Metcalf with a light thing and then try to sell prints. I would never do that. No.
I literally forgot affiliate linking. Yeah. Paul, how you doing? Jim says the main problem with generative AI is that it pollutes the very data that is used to train it. That model is never going to work. Agreed, 100%. And that's exactly another aspect of this, that the back end of it. How does it work? What does it do? You're polluting it.
Yep.
And then Gunther Man says AI is out of the bottle with no putting it back. Too bad it's no replacement for talent. You know what? I said that the other day on Facebook, and I got in trouble because I did say that AI was here to stay. It is.
That's all right, right?
It's high. These lawsuits, no matter how they turn out, there's going to be some settling of the wheat versus the chaff on this, and they're going to go ahead and they're going to come up with a common ground. There's going to be like a law of the land regarding it. And I'm just really curious about what that law of the land is going to be. But as a publisher, I'll say this, is that if you're going to use people like Eric Lofgren and people like him and praise him, and just because now you can create it via AI art and get it for free, and you're going to turn your back on these men and women who backed you as a small publisher, then I don't hold very high esteem in you as a publisher. Sorry, I'm just going to say that.
Well,
I'm gonna have the back of people like Eric Lofgren because they had my back when I first started out.
Right.
all those years we produced a fan magazine and we had artists who backed us and gave us great art. Now their livelihood is threatened. Am I going to dump them for AI art? I don't think so. I'm going to back the artists and say no AI. So it's I'm sorry. That's not what I'm going to be doing, and I'm not going to participate with people who do. And there's been some interesting offers out there, like, oh yeah, we'll help you produce your module. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't think I can do that.
Mm-hmm. James, thanks for coming by the channel. James says, because WotC is first a business, economic business practices trump passively ethical choices by a mile. Agreed, I know. AR will become the norm. WotC made choices based on shareholders, not passive ethics. Yes, and that's the thing. They're a publicly traded company. They have to report to their shareholders. And when you're a big business like that, millions of dollars flowing in and out constantly, you have to do what's best for your bottom line. I get that. I guess I'll be able to remain somewhat moral, whatever way you want to call it, because I'm small. Hopefully one day when I'm much larger, I'll have to make hard decisions. And I don't know what those decisions will be because it's going to be based upon a lot of different factors. Paul says, "Hey there, 50 years, Tome." Yeah. What 50 years, Tome?
I think he was talking about the 50 Years of D&D book that came out.
Oh, yeah. Audit. Aren't they? Isn't that 50 Years of D&D? That's mostly just old artwork, and they're just kind of revisiting, aren't they?
Well, no, they also have the original manuscript for the white box and other stuff.
Oh, gotcha. But once WotC does it, people think it's okay. Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, it's like, well, they do it. Well, you know what? WotC also tried to screw over all their creators by messing around with the OGL. Was that right to do? People got mad about that. Then why are you not mad about other stuff? People only get mad when it directly affects them. Exactly, James. Fiduciary responsibility. I agree. And then Paul says, first 7 years. Yeah, that's right. So, well, it has been 1 hour, gentlemen.
Yes.
It is 9 p.m. and
I turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah, you got to go to your Discord thing, and So, everybody, thanks for tuning into our show tonight. Disney does a lot of horrible stuff. Real quick, James Spahn says that's just it. Small guys are in a real bind. They benefit more economically because their profits are lower when using AI art. It leaves them really in a rock and hard place. I agree with you, James. I really do. And then Gunther says, everyone remember to leave a like, preferably in all 3 channels. These fine gentlemen won't chill. I don't have that problem. Yeah, please hit a like and subscribe. That'll help us all out a lot. We want our channels to grow. And
thank you.
And then Fooey says, nope, I can get mad at things that don't affect me. Yeah. Well, and at that, I think Fooey will have the last word of the night. Everybody, again, thank you for tuning into our video tonight. Had a lot of fun tonight. VGAPMI, thank you very much for the hoot. Keep that pipe hot and keep rocking, buddy. And Eric, thank you for the sound effects. We got to get more in here.
Yeah, and I think it's that when VG comes in, I'll just clang the balls like being in church, like bang.
I'm sure I can get you so much better sound effects.
Oh my god!
Or maybe we can get VGA PMI's favorite songstress to sing the Jigglypuff song.
Oh my god! Jigglypuff! I'll get that recorded and put on my phone as a ringtone.
That'll make him go away. Every time he shows up, just have her sing Jigglypuff. That he'll be gone. You know?
Yeah, some negative reinforcement.
That's right. So at that, Paul, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Paul went ahead and did $1.99. Thank you. Much appreciated. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in tonight. I am Don.
And I'm Tom.
And I'm King Cole.
And we will see you guys next week. And who knows what'll be on. Have a good night, everybody.